Okay, MA Uruk here as a sub. In what may be the last turn for this particular capital defense that I was doing. And you may have seen last turn we only had one group of Draconians, but there's a few different things going on, and I think that's partially Satis retaking stuff, but also I had a scout go ahead and attack a province that said it didn't have any defenders. But we'll see how that goes. So we have the Lich Queen fully geared, almost fully geared, magic phase onto the Draconians. So this should be the end of the Draconians. With invulnerability and Soul Vortex. What are we talking, like 31 protection to Mundane? Yep. So that'll be the end of the Draconians. And then we have a little bit of a raid here, where we have a scout find a large Satis contingent. And we have Scraw Point, where we have another scout find a Satis contingent. And from there, we are vanquished. So that's the end of this campaign. A few reflections on MA Uruk, just from the little bit that I got to see. I thought it was an interesting faction. There's definitely some communion stuff that you can do, but at least for me, I felt like it was kind of difficult trying to get like higher pathed mages besides the astral person. Yeah, because both of their top tier mages are heavy on the astral. So it seems very communion based, but then their mages are very expensive for being communion mages. So I guess these are pretty cheap, but yeah, it was just like, I don't know, maybe a little bit more path diversity. I'm not sure if I'd play this nation. Like, elemental, nature, and astral is represented by a lot of different factions. They've got some cool mechanics, like the Gala recall, and the recalling your god means they don't lose magic paths. So that's pretty cool. You have some pretty cool units, like these chariots. Have fear and trample. And you can do like body ethereal on them pretty trivially. You got these Maidens of the Moon who are pretty cool. But yeah, it was fun doing the capital defense, but I'm not sure if I'd want to play this particular faction again. I kind of like, I don't know. They would be decent late game. Their units have a lot more HP. So you don't have to worry as much about flames from the sky or murdering winter. So that's nice. You have these recruit anywhere shamans who are significantly weaker than the EA Uruk version. And I think EA Uruk is probably, like, if I was going to play one of the Uruk nations, it'd probably be EA Uruk. Because you get the really cool, like, swamp shamans too, for more diversity. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun. Enjoyed doing the big battle. I do wonder how much more damage I could have done if I'd done a third earthquake instead of a very useless Curse of Stones thing. And I wonder a little bit how much better the army might have performed if I went ahead and gotten some more funding from Ashdod. I never did end up taking money from Ashdod, but maybe taking like 500 or 600 gold would have made for a more effective capital defense. Ashdod did offer it, but I don't know. I didn't want to drag things out longer than they needed to be dragged out. Just kind of wanted to do the battle and move on. I've got some other games I'm subbing into that where the factions are a little bit more interesting. And the war situation is a little less dire, so there's more like long-term potential. But yeah, it was fun. Would I do more capital defenses? Absolutely. I'm in one at the moment for LA Arco, but it's a little bit more than just a straight up capital defense. I think I've got like 4 forts in that. So it's going to take some time for most likely Pangea to come in and kill me in that game. But yeah. In terms of communion potential, being able to do all the big air, water, earth, nature things off of communions is really nice. Let me see. I wonder if do you have... Yeah, see, you've got a really solid shot at Earth Astral for a cross path. So you can do all the crystal gear to wire in indie mages to do like big death spells, but that's really going to tax your communion. You do have astral nature access, which means you can start doing personal regen on the whole communion, which would give it a lot more survivability. You've got extra hit points for that. So there's probably some big communion shenanigans you can get up to. In terms of the raiding game, they're alright. You don't have a lot of magic phase options. Like, you have these guys, and maybe you could thug one of these guys out. I'm not sure if I'd want to thug these guys out a whole lot, but I'd have to see what better players suggest. Like, coming in with old age would kind of be a little bit of a deterrent, but these ones aren't necessarily old age. But yeah. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this desperate last stand against LA Cetus. Or no, MA Cetus, sorry. Where they came in with their disease dominion and gave me a really hard time. So in terms of the map, it looks like Uruk just got attacked and then vultured by everyone around it. It looks like they had decent expansion. So I'm sure the previous player was having fun up until the point where they weren't. So don't blame them for leaving at all when they get attacked by 3 of their neighbors. So, but yeah, so Cetus is going to get to enjoy rebuilding their fort, I guess. And I will go ahead and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.